Hello, today I'm going to be talking about what are phytoestrogen foods and why should we eat them. So as you know, estrogen is the hormone that promotes sexual and reproductive development in our bodies. During menopause, our estrogen levels fall and we start to experience the symptoms of menopause. Check out my other videos on what those symptoms are. Phytoestrogens occur naturally in plant compounds, isoflavones and lignans, and they may act in a similar way to estrogen in the body when they attach themselves to estrogen receptor cells. It's a really heavily researched subject and research is continuing, but most scientists seem to agree that estrogen-friendly foods are beneficial for the management of menopause symptoms. A healthy diet, therefore, will help you manage your symptoms. If you haven't already, now is the time to introduce what some people call superfoods into your diet. This will help not only with menopause symptoms, but with your long-term health. Your gut, your heart, and your brain, they all need to be taken care of. And the foods you put into your body, makes a big difference, even if you are genetically vulnerable to diseases like dementia and Alzheimer's. I am really passionate about brain health. I'm very interested in it. In my line of work, providing diversional therapies to beautiful people with dementia and Alzheimer's, I just wonder at what is happening in the brain and how it came to be like that, and was it possible to prevent the development of those diseases. It's a disease that some people are calling diabetes type 3. Okay, so very much linked to our lifestyle and the diet that we eat. Did you know every 65 seconds someone in the USA alone develops Alzheimer's disease? In New Zealand we have over 70,000 people living with dementia or Alzheimer's, and that number is expected to grow and to grow. Most of us, in fact 4 out of 5 of us, know someone with dementia or knew someone who had dementia. The most important thing you can do is eat the rainbow. Remember that phrase, write it down. Eat the rainbow, stick it to the fridge. The greater the variety of foods that you eat, the greater your gut health, your heart health, and your brain health will be. Your metabolism is dictated by what you put in and how much you put in and how often you put foods into your body. Your brain is a super energy user. It uses about 20% of your body's energy resources. So it's really important how you provide energy into the body that the brain then uses. So what can you do? Well, hopefully you've got a pen and paper, because write some of these things down and think about how you can implement them in your life. Number one is, learn from different cultures, and one of the cultures we can learn from is Japan. Japanese women have been shown to have the lowest risks of osteoporosis, breast cancer, heart disease, and they experience less menopausal symptoms. So why? They have a soy-rich diet that contains isoflavones. So that's a compound that acts as a weak estrogen in the body. Soy also contains magnesium and it helps us to absorb calcium. So tip number one is to introduce soy into your diet. We're not talking about soy sauce. We're talking about soy such as tofu. So that's made from coagulated soy milk, and that's a really popular source of phytoestrogens, and which are mainly isoflavones. Tempeh, okay, that's a fermented soy product. That's also a good source of protein, prebiotics, vitamins, minerals, as well as phytoestrogens. So find a way, find recipes that help you to introduce those into your diet. Number two tip, nuts, seeds, beans, legumes. Nuts and seeds are a source of protein that keeps our muscles strong, our bones strong, our immunity strong. Almonds, peanuts, Brazil nuts, walnuts, pumpkin seeds, flax seeds, sesame seeds, chia seeds, they are all fabulously good for you. Eat them moderately because we don't want to overindulge in protein, but they are good as part of a healthy diet. Beans and legumes are part of staple diets of the longest living, healthiest people on the planet. You can read about that in a wonderful book called The Blue Zones. Fish. Okay, number 3, fish. Rich in protein, magnesium and B vitamins. Helps with sleep, mood swings, improve brain function and energy levels. So do what you can to introduce fish into your diet. Number 4, leafy greens, fruits, berries, vegetables. This needs to make up most of your diet. Needs to be these types of foods. Green leafy plants provide phytoestrogens, magnesium, vitamin B9 and omega-6 fatty acids and calcium. Try kale, spinach, silverbeet, chard, watercress, bok choy, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, broccoli. These have all been shown to be beneficial for the menopausal body. Max Ligaveri, in his brilliant book Genius Foods, recommends eating a fatty salad every day. So it's a perfect blend of leafy greens and proteins. It's a perfect mind-body food source. Fruits, including dried fruits. So apricots, dried apricots, prunes and dates, really good source of phytoestrogens. Berries, blueberries, strawberries, cranberries, raspberries, they are really good sources also. And peaches. Peaches are rich in lignans, so that's a very good source also. In my blurb below this video, I recommend 3 fantastic books that I recommend you read. The Blue Zones. Actually, any book in the series of the Blue Zones is good. So The Blue Zones Kitchen and The Blue Zones by Dan Buettner. Genius Foods by Max Ligaveri, Spoon Fed by Tim Spector, and The XX Brain by Lisa Mosconi. These are fabulous books if you want to do more research on overall health and well-being and how this can help with menopause symptoms. So I hope that you now have an understanding of the types of foods that are really beneficial to introduce into your diet, actually at any age. So if you can introduce these things into your children's diets, absolutely fantastic. But for managing menopausal symptoms, phytoestrogen foods are key.